When she said, "Let's take a break to see if we miss each other," I stared at her for a few seconds, feeling something heavy settle in my chest. We had been together for almost 3 years. 3 years of memories, laughter, fights, and shared dreams. And now she wanted to hit pause, like we were some show on TV. I asked her gently, "Is there someone else?" She looked away and said nothing. That silence was louder than any answer she could have given. I didn't yell. I didn't beg. I simply nodded. "You already lost me," I whispered, though every part of me was breaking inside, her eyes filled with tears. But she didn't stop me when I stood up to leave. That told me everything I needed to know. If I truly mattered, she would have asked me to stay. That night, I walked through our favorite street alone. The cafes, the lights, even the rain. Everything reminded me of her. I remembered how she used to pull me closer whenever I was upset, how she'd rest her head on my shoulder during our late-night drives. And now I was just a memory she was choosing to test. Days passed, and each morning felt empty. I didn't check my phone obsessively like I used to. I didn't wait for her text. A part of me hoped she'd realize what we had and come back, but a stronger part refused to be someone's option. I wasn't going to be a backup plan in someone's confusion. One evening, I saw her at the park, sitting alone on our usual bench. She saw me, too. Her eyes followed me as I walked past, but I didn't stop. I wanted to, but I couldn't. Not anymore. My pride had been wounded too deeply to turn back. That night, she messaged me, "I miss you." I stared at the screen for a long time. I typed and deleted so many replies before settling on just one. "I'm not someone you miss. I'm someone you hold on to." I hit send and turned off my phone. A week later, she came to my door. Her eyes were swollen, her voice shaking. "I made a mistake," she said. I believed her. Her pain looked real, but I had changed. That version of me, the one who waited, forgave, and hoped, was gone. "I'm sorry," I told her. "I still care about you, but I can't go back to wondering if I'm enough for someone who wasn't sure." She cried harder, and for a moment, I almost gave in. But then I remembered the nights I spent alone while she was figuring things out. Healing wasn't easy. Some nights, I stared at the ceiling, remembering her laugh, her touch, her promises. I hated how love could turn into pain so quickly, but I also learned how strong I could be when I stopped chasing people who walked away. Eventually, I met someone new. She didn't play games. She didn't ask for breaks. She held my hand tightly, not loosely. And every time she said she loved me, I believed her, not because I needed to, but because I knew she meant it. Sometimes love ends not with a fight, but with silence, with slow distance, with a decision to take a break. But breaks aren't always about growth. Sometimes they're about giving up without saying the words. That's what she did. Now, when I think of her, I don't feel anger. I just feel peace, because walking away from someone who couldn't choose me was the first step in finally choosing myself. And that's the kind of love I never want to lose again. She wanted to know if we would miss each other. I did. I missed a version of her who truly loved me, but the person she became during that break, I don't miss her at all. Sometimes "let's take a break" really means I don't want this anymore. And "you already lost me" is a quiet goodbye we give when we still love someone, but love ourselves more.